Carla's laugh sliced through the barbecue's chatter, her words, "If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice," hitting me, Leonard, 42, like a cold gust, my beer bottle trembling in my hand, the sting of being unseen by my own family cracking open a truth I'd buried too long. The Chicago afternoon was a warm blur, the July sun dappling the backyard of my brother Ted's Evanston home, the air thick with charcoal smoke and the sizzle of burgers. I, Leonard Voss, stood by the patio's edge, my navy polo slightly wrinkled, my hazel eyes scanning the crowd, my hands, one clutching a beer, the other in my pocket, restless. At 42, a software engineer with a life of code and quiet evenings, I was an introvert among my family's loud orbit, their laughter a tide I never quite rode. Today's barbecue, a summer ritual, was meant to tether us, but my sister-in-law Carla's biting joke, "If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice," cut deep, exposing my invisibility, my heart a bruised pulse. The audience left wondering how long I'd been fading. The yard was alive, kids chasing a soccer ball, my cousins clinking bottles, Ted flipping patties, his grin wide. Carla, 38, held court by the picnic table, her blonde curls bouncing, her "another round, who's in?" a spark that drew laughs. I'd arrived late. Ted met with his, "Len, grab a drink." Warm but fleeting, his focus on the grill. I lingered, my introversion a shield, my internal monologue a hum. "They're busy, I'm fine here." The audience could sense my unease in the way I hovered, my beer label peeled, my smile thin, their chatter a wall I didn't breach. Carla's comment came mid-toast, her, "To family, the ones we see," lifting glasses, her eyes landing on me sharp. "Except Leonard," she added, her laugh bright cruel, "if you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice." The crowd chuckled, Ted's, "Come on, Carla," half-hearted, my sister Marie's glance apologetic but quick. My face burned, my funny, weak, my hand tightening on the bottle, the audience feeling my sting in the way I stepped back, my breath short, my internal monologue a roar. She said it out loud, what they all think. The hurt was raw, my invisibility a truth. I'm here, but not seen. The barbecue churned on, the audience sensing my withdrawal as I moved to a lawn chair, the kids' shouts distant, Carla's voice still ringing. I thought, my role as the quiet one, coding in my loop apartment, skipping half these gatherings, a choice, not a void. I tried, my "How's the shop, Ted?" last month met with his "busy, you know," and a turn away, my emails to Marie unanswered. I'm not invisible, I'm ignored, my internal monologue seethed, my hurt a weight, my hope dim, maybe they'll see me today, crushed by Carla's, no one would notice, her smile a blade, my anger a spark. She doesn't know me, none of them do. Flashbacks deepened the wound, the audience sensing my reflection as I stared at the grass, the beer warm. 1990, age 7 moms, Ted's the leader, Marie's the heart, Leonard's, quiet, at dinner, my, "I'm here, small, Dad's good, stay steady, faint." 2005, my first job, Dad's, Ted's running his store, that's something, over my, "I got a promotion," ignored. I was always the shadow, I thought, my efforts, coding late, helping Ted's books, calling Mom, unseen, my family's orbit around Ted's charm, Marie's warmth, not my stillness. The audience could feel my isolation in the yard's buzz, my polo damp, my heart sore. I've been fading for years. I stayed, the audience sensing my effort as I approached Marie by the cooler, her smile kind but distracted, my, "Good to see you, and busy day quick," her eyes on her kids. She doesn't see me either, my internal monologue mourned, Carla's joke a mirror, they laugh because it's true. I wanted to snap, "I'm here, notice me." But my introversion held, my "catch you later" a retreat, my anger a low burn. Why do I keep trying? The audience could sense my hurt in the way I sat again, my beer down, my hands clasped, my resolve stirring. I'm more than their joke. I confided in my friend Priya by text, the audience sensing my vulnerability as I typed, the barbecue's noise fading, my phone dim. Carla said I'd vanish and no one care, Priya. Hurts like hell. Her reply, that's cruel, Len. You're worth more than they know, was a bomb. My, feels like I'm nothing raw. You're not, they're blind, a spark. The audience feeling my pain in the way I exhaled, my shoulders easing, my heart heavy but firm. She sees me, they don't. Priya's, come over tomorrow, we'll talk, was a tether. My, will do, a vow. My internal monologue a shift. I'm not invisible, I just need to see myself. The sun dipped, the audience sensing my turmoil as I stood, the yard's lights flickering on, Carla's laugh a ghost. I'm here, but not to them, I thought, my hurt the fire, my strength a spark. I won't disappear, I'll make them see. Ted's, Len, heading out, was casual. My, yeah, work tomorrow, a lie. My steps to the gate steady, the audience feeling my resolve in the evening's hush, my polo a shield, my heart sore but awake. I'm not their shadow, I'm Leonard. The barbecue faded, the audience sensing my struggle as I drove downtown. The city's glow faint, Carla's words a wound, their dismissal a debt. My family was my root, but I was unseen, my pain a fire, my strength a spark, her joke a spark that would shift my path, a truth I'd face with care, whatever it took. I parked, my internal monologue a vow, I'll find my place, with or without their eyes. As I retreat to my apartment, memories of past slights, Ted's indifference, Mom's oversight, flood back, pushing me to confront why I've stayed silent, but a small act, a note to myself, hints at a voice I'm ready to claim. The Chicago night was a heavy curtain, the July air still warm against my apartment's windows in the loop, the city's hum a distant pulse through the glass. I, Leonard Voss, sat on my couch, my navy polo discarded, my hazel eyes tracing the glow of a laptop screen, my hands, one gripping a coffee mug, the other idle, trembling slightly. At 42, a software engineer with a life of code and solitude, I was hours past the family barbecue where my sister-in-law Carla's cutting joke, "If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice," had cracked open my buried pain. Now, sinking into memories of childhood and my failed marriage, I felt the sting of being invisible, my family's neglect and my ex-wife's dismissal a slow bleed, the audience sensing the tense unraveling of my ostracized heart through my internal monologues, my soul a shadowed thread. The apartment was quiet, the audience feeling my descent in the way I set the mug down, the screen blank, Carla's words a ghost that pulled me back. Invisible. She's right, my internal monologue whispered, the hurt raw, my childhood a reel of moments where I faded. 1988, age 5, our Evanston kitchen moms, Ted's our spark, Marie's our joy, over dinner, her eyes skipping me I drew a rocket, small, Dad's, nice, Len eat up, a shrug, my crayon ship untouched on the fridge. I was there, but not to them, I thought, my heart a bruise, my internal monologue a cry. Why didn't they see me? The audience could sense my pain in the couch's sag, my hands clenched, my breath tight. I was a ghost in my own home. The neglect deepened, the audience sensing my fracture as I recalled 1995, age 12, Ted's soccer game, Dad's, that's my boy. Loud, Marie's piano recital stealing Mom's, she's a star. My science fair project, a coded game, got there, good effort, Leonard, and a pat. My, I worked hard, swallowed, their car already pulling away. I tried so hard, my internal monologue mourned, my efforts, homework help for Ted, errands for Marie, a plea for their gaze, always met with, thanks, Len, we're busy. My anger flared, I was their son, not their shadow. The audience could feel my isolation in the apartment's dim, my eyes wet, my heart a breaking seam. I internalized it, their blindness became mine. My marriage to Elise, ended 5 years ago, was a mirror, the audience sensing my unraveling as I stood, pacing, the coffee cold. We'd met in 2008, her laugh warm, her, you're different, Leonard, a light, my, you see me earnest. But by 2015, "You're too quiet, Len, I need more," at dinner, her eyes on her phone, echoed Mom's dismissals. I'd cooked, planned trips, coded her website, my "I'm trying" lease, desperate her tweets, the knife, our divorce in 2018 a quiet surrender. She didn't see me either, I thought, my internal monologue a wail. I gave her my heart, and I was still nothing. The audience could sense my devastation in the way I leaned against the wall, my hands shaking, my soul a frayed cord. I've been invisible my whole life. Breaking moments crystallized the pain, the audience feeling my collapse as I sat again. A memory from 2000, age 17, surfacing, Thanksgiving Ted's, "I'm opening a shop." Met with cheers, Marie's, "I'm engaged," with hugs. My, "I got into my," a nod, Mom's, "That's nice," Len lost to their toasts. I'd stood, my, "I worked for this," choked, their chatter drowning me, my plate untouched as I slipped to my room. They didn't even look, my internal monologue seethed, my anger a fire, my hurt a weight. I was screaming inside, and they heard nothing. The audience could feel my fracture in the laptop's glow, my face damp, my heart a splintered board. I stopped trying after that. Elisa's rejection echoed the family's, the audience sensing my torment as I recalled 2017, her, "You're like a roommate, Len, in our condo," my, "I'm here, talk to me" raw, her, "You're not enough," final, her bags packed, my coding late nights, her website's success, unseen. I built her world, and I was air, I thought, my internal monologue a storm. Why do I keep loving those who don't see? The ostracism was a cycle, "You're fine, Ted's, "You're good, bro," Elisa's, "You're steady," all half glances, my efforts a shadow, my anger a blade. I'm more than their backdrop. The audience could feel my pain in the apartment's hush, my hands still, my heart raw. I've been erased too long. I tried connecting, the audience sensing my desperation as I recalled reaching out. 2010, dinner with Ted, my, "Let's hang more," met with his, "Shop's crazy," soon, and no call. 2019, texting Marie my, "Coffee?" Unanswered, her, "Swamped?" Sorry, a month later. I begged for their time, my internal monologue mourned, my love a chord they never played, my hurt a fire. They chose their lives, not me. Carla's joke wasn't new, just loud, my internal monologue a vow. I'm done fading for them. The audience could sense my resolve in the way I opened my laptop, my fingers poised, my heart sore but stirring. I need to speak, even if it's to myself. A breaking moment hit, the audience sensing my shift as I typed a note. I'm here, I've always been here. Not sent, just saved, a small act, my voice waking. I'm not invisible, I thought, my anger softening, my strength a spark. I've let their eyes define me too long. Flashbacks eased. Mom's, "You're quiet," a chain Elisa's, "Not enough," a weight. My, "I'm enough," a truth, my resolve a fire. I'll find my light, not theirs. The audience could feel my awakening in the screen's dim, my coffee ignored, my heart steady but raw. I'm starting now. The night deepened, the audience sensing my tension as I closed the laptop, the city's pulse faint, Carla's joke a scar, their neglect a debt. My family, my marriage, had pushed me to the edges, but I, Leonard, was stirring, my pain a fire, my strength a spark, my note a spark that would shape my voice, a truth I'd hold with care, whatever it cost. I stood, my internal monologue a vow, I'll be seen by me first. As I skip the next family dinner, my focus shifts to work and a private blog where I pour my truth, finding a small audience, but Ted's call, urging me to show up, tests my resolve to step away, a choice I'm ready to face. The Chicago morning was a muted glow, the August light filtering through my loop apartment's blinds, the city's hum softened by the hum of my coffee maker. I, Leonard Voss, sat at my desk, my gray t-shirt loose, my hazel eyes tracing a laptop screen, my hands, one hovering over the keyboard, the other cradling a mug, steady but pensive. At 42, a software engineer with a life of code and solitude, I was weeks past the family barbecue where my sister-in-law Carla's cruel joke, "If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice," had cracked my facade. Now, distancing myself from family and fading from their orbit, I faced my loneliness, pouring my truth into a private blog, questioning my existence through small acts, my silent transformation a calm awakening, the audience sensing my introspective shift, my heart a slow-burning ember. The apartment was my sanctuary, the audience feeling my stillness in the way I typed, the screen glowing with a draft titled, "The Weight of Being Unseen," my words raw. I've lived as a shadow, my voice a whisper they never heard. I'd skipped Ted's last dinner, my "work's crazy" text a lie. His "next time," Len unread, Marie's invite ignored, my phone silent. I'm not theirs anymore, my internal monologue mused, my loneliness a weight I didn't fight, my isolation a choice. I need to know me first. The audience could sense my calm in the coffee's steam, my desk cluttered, my pain a quiet tide. I'm here, even if they don't see. Writing was my refuge, the audience sensing my vulnerability as I crafted posts, my blog, silent coder, hidden, password locked, shared with no one. I wrote of small things, the baristas, same order Leonard, at the cafe, my nod a spark, the pigeon on my sill, its coo a question, why do I stay unseen? What am I to the world? My internal monologue probed, my existence a puzzle, the code I debugged, flawless but unpraised, the groceries I carried, unnoticed by neighbors. Do I matter if no one looks? I typed, my hurt a thread, my transformation a whisper. I'm writing to exist. The audience could feel my introspection in the keyboard's click, my mug cooling, my heart open. This is me, raw. Flashbacks deepened my solitude, the audience sensing my reflection as I paused, the city's light shifting, my childhood a ghost. 1993, age 10, Dad's, Ted's got big plans, at breakfast, my, I coded a game, small, Mom's, that's nice, faint, their eyes on Ted's trophy. 2002, my college graduation, Marie's, I'm moving to Paris, stealing the dinner, my, I got a job, a nod. I was always the echo, I thought, my internal monologue a sigh. I learned to shrink, to fade. My ex-wife Elise's, "You're too quiet" in 2016, her leaving a mirror, "You're not enough," cemented my invisibility, my pain a weight. I let them define me. The audience could sense my ache in the blind shadow, my eyes distant, my heart afraid seem. I'm unlearning that now. The blog was my voice, the audience sensing my growth as I wrote. Today, I fixed a bug no one else saw. I matter even alone. Each post was a step, my loneliness not a cage but a space to question. The pen I twirled, its ink my proof. The code I wrote, its logic my mark. I exist in these, my internal monologue affirmed, my transformation calm, deliberate. I'm not shouting, I'm speaking. A reader, anonymous, a glitch in my privacy settings, commented, "Your words hit home." Someone sees, I thought, my heart lifting, my internal monologue a spark. I'm not nothing. The audience could feel my shift in the screen's glow, my fingers pausing, my resolve afire. I'm starting to matter. Loneliness lingered, the audience sensing my tension as Ted called, his, "Len, where you at?" Families asking warm but blind, my, "Just busy," Ted, curt, his, "Don't be a stranger," a pull I resisted, my, "I'll call," a lie, my phone down. They don't miss me, they miss my role, my internal monologue mourned, my family's orbit, Ted's shop, Marie's kids, a world I'd propped up, unseen. I'm not their crutch, I thought, my hurt the tide, my strength a spark. I'm choosing me. The audience could sense my calm in the apartment's hush, my mug empty, my heart steady but sore. I'm alone, but I'm here. Work anchored me, the audience sensing my focus as I debugged a client's app, my fixed-it email sent, their "Thanks, Leonard," a small win, my internal monologue a chord. I'm good at this, that's real. I questioned the small, my worn sneakers, my plain mugs, each a piece of me, I chose these, a quiet claim, my transformation a thread. I'm building a life, not their shadow. The blog grew, posts on neglect, on silence, on being, my voice steady, a handful of readers now, their keep writing, a light, my internal monologue a vow. I'm seen by strangers, by me. The calm was raw, the audience sensing my peace as I stood, the city's pulse faint, a new post drafted. I'm learning I don't need their eyes to exist. I'm enough, I thought, my loneliness a space I filled, my strength a fire. I'm not fading, I'm forming. Flashbacks softened, Mom's, you're quiet, a chain, Elisa's, not enough, a weight. My, I'm whole, a truth, my resolve a spark. I'm living, not waiting. The audience could feel my awakening in the blind's slant, my desk a haven, my heart open but firm. I'm writing my way out. The night settled, the audience sensing my transformation as I saved the post. The city's glow dim, Carla's joke a scar, their neglect a ghost. My family had pushed me to the edges, but I, Leonard, was rising, my pain a fire, my blog a spark, my questions a spark that shaped my voice, a truth I'd hold with care, whatever lay ahead. I closed the laptop, my internal monologue a vow. I'm here and I'm enough. Carla stumbles on my blog, her anger flaring at my truths, leading to a confrontation where I stand firm, my voice no longer silent, a clash that tests my newfound strength, a step I'm ready to take. The Chicago evening was a crisp veil, the September dusk settling over the loop, the air sharp with early fall and the faint buzz of streetlights. I, Leonard Voss, stood in my apartment's kitchen, my gray t-shirt slightly damp from a run, my hazel eyes fixed on my phone, my hands, one gripping the device, the other braced on the counter, tense. At 42, a software engineer with a life of code and newfound voice, I was months past the family barbecue where my sister-in-law Carla's cruel joke, "If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice," had sparked my retreat. Now, my private blog, Silent Coder, had been found by Carla, her discovery igniting a tense confrontation, her passive-aggressive blame clashing with my clear response, family gossip swirling, the audience caught in the ambiguity of who's right, my heart a taut wire. The phone vibrated, Carla's name flashing, the audience sensing my dread as I answered, her voice sharp, controlled. "Leonard, your little blog, what are you doing airing our dirt?" she said, her "family's not your diary," a jab, "it's my truth, Carla," steady, my breath short. Her, "You painted me as a bully, that barbecue thing, people are talking," was laced with hurt, "You said I'd vanish, no one care." That's what stuck, firm, the audience feeling the tension in the way I paced, my kitchen dim, my internal monologue a churn. She's cornered, but so am I. Her words stung, my resolve a spark. I'm not shrinking this time. Carla's discovery was a fluke, a post, the joke that cut, shared by a reader, tagged on X, reaching her through a cousin's DM. "They think I'm awful, Leonard, thanks to you," she snapped her. "I was kidding, you're too sensitive," a dodge, It wasn't a joke, it was cruel, raw, my heart pounding, the audience sensing her defensiveness in her quick, "You're twisting it, making us look bad." I stood my ground, I wrote what I felt, Carla. You don't get to rewrite that, clear, my internal monologue a blade. She's embarrassed, but I'm not wrong. The audience could feel the clash in the phone's hum, my hand tight, my voice calm but sharp. I'm speaking, finally. Gossip had spread, the audience sensing the ripple as Carla hinted. Marie's upset, Ted's annoyed, they're all reading it. My posts, raw accounts of being unseen, my family's eyes skip me, her words were a mirror, had hit nerves, Ted texting earlier, "Len, what's with the blog? Talk to us." They're circling now, I thought, my hurt a weight, my anger a low burn. They ignored me, now they care? I pressed Carla, what's the problem, that I'm honest? Direct her, "You're airing private stuff, it's disloyal," a sting, disloyal? I've been loyal, unseen, For years, a crack. The audience caught in the ambiguity. Her shame versus my truth, her family ties versus my solitude. Flashbacks fueled the tension. The audience sensing my reflection as I leaned against the counter. Carla's, "You're making this bigger than it is," echoing past slights. 1997, age 14, Carla's first Thanksgiving with Ted. Her, "Leonard's so quiet, he's like furniture," a laugh. My, "I'm here," small, their chuckles a wall. 2010, my divorce. Ted's, "You'll be fine." Len, over my, "Elise left, I'm not okay," ignored. Carla's, "Move on, don't mope," cold. They built this silence. My internal monologue seethed, my ostracism a scar, my resolve a fire. I'm not the villain for speaking. The audience could feel my pain in the kitchen's chill, my eyes on the floor, my heart sore but firm. I'm done fading. The dialogue tightened, the audience sensing the control as Carla shifted. Her, "You could have talked to me, not the internet," softer. My, "I tried talking, Carla, for years. No one listened," measured. Her, "That's not fair. We're family," a plea. My, "Family doesn't erase you," a truth. My internal monologue a vow. I'm not apologizing for existing. Her, "People think I'm heartless now," was raw. My, "You said what you said, I wrote what I felt," unflinching. The audience torn. Her embarrassment rail, my hurt deeper, neither yielding. I ended it. My, "I'm not stopping, Carla." Live with it, final. Her, "This isn't over," a hiss. The call cut, my heart racing, my strength a spark. I spoke, and I'm standing. The gossip's ripple grew, the audience sensing the fallout as Marie texted, "Len, why the blog? It's stirring stuff up." They're reading me now, I thought. My blog, the unseen sun, the weight of silence, a mirror they couldn't ignore, my pain a fire. They're upset because I'm visible. I didn't reply, my internal monologue a reflection. I've begged for their eyes, now they're forced to look. My readers, now dozens, commented, "Your story's mine. Keep going," a spark of connection, my transformation a thread. I'm not alone anymore. The audience could feel my resolve in the phone's dim, my counter cold, my heart steady. I'm not their shadow, I'm Leonard. I confided in Priya, the audience sensing my balance as I called her, the city's lights faint, my voice low, raw. Carla found the blog. "Priya, she's mad, family's gossiping," I said, my steps pacing calm. Her, "You stood up, Len, that's huge," was warm. My, "Feels like a fight I didn't want," honest. Her, "You're not wrong to speak," a bomb. My, "Hope so," steady, the audience feeling my strength in the way I exhaled, my hands loose, my pain a guide. She sees my voice, not my fight. Priya's "You're enough, blog or not," was a tether. My, starting to believe it, quiet, my internal monologue a chord. I'm speaking for me. The night deepened, the audience sensing my resolve as I sat, the apartment still, Carla's call a scar, their gossip a ghost. My family had pushed me aside, but I'd spoken, my pain a fire, my blog a spark, my voice a spark that shifted their world, a truth I'd hold with care, whatever they said. I opened my laptop, my internal monologue a vow. I'm visible, and I'm not stopping. My blog's reach grows, drawing readers and a speaking invite, but Carla's public retort on X escalates the rift, forcing me to choose between silence and a louder voice, a step I'm ready to take. The Chicago afternoon was a crisp glow, the October sun warming the backyard of my brother Ted's Evanston home, the air rich with fallen leaves and the smoky tang of a bonfire. I, Leonard Voss, stood by the patio, my charcoal sweater fitted, my hazel eyes steady on the crowd, my hands, one holding a cider, the other relaxed, calm. At 42, a software engineer with a life of code and newfound voice, I was months past the barbecue where my sister-in-law Carla's cruel joke, "If you disappeared tomorrow, no one would notice," had sparked my awakening. Now, my blog, Silent Coder, had drawn thousands, my talks on family dynamics and self-worth building a community, my return to a family event marked by confidence, the audience sensing my inner peace as I stood tall, my heart a quiet but strong chord. The yard hummed, kids tossing a football, Ted stoking the fire, Marie chatting with cousins, Carla by the table, her smile tight. My blog's rise had shifted my world. Posts like The Unseen Sun and Finding My Voice shared on X, readers commenting, "You spoke my truth." A TEDx invite last month where I'd said, "We're not invisible unless we choose to be." I wasn't alone anymore. My inbox full. Your story saved me. My talks booked through spring. My community a tether. I'm seen now. My internal monologue affirmed. My confidence a fire. My internal monologue a vow. I'm here, not for them, for me. The audience could feel my strength in the bonfire's crackle. My eyes up, my heart steady. I'm not their shadow, I'm Leonard. Carla approached, the audience sensing the tension as her "Leonard, didn't expect you" was clipped, her eyes wary since our clash, her ex-post. Some truths hurt families, ignored by my readers. My "thought I'd show up, Carla" was calm, my smile slight, her "your blogs made waves" a jab, my "good, it's meant to clear." The audience feeling my poise in the way I sipped my cider, my stance open, my internal monologue a blade. She's rattled, I'm not. Her "Ted stressed, you know" was soft, my "he'll manage, we all do" steady, my confidence a spark. I'm not shrinking, not today. The family hadn't changed, the audience sensing their orbit as Ted clapped my shoulder, his "Len, good to see you" warm but quick, his focus on guests. Marie's "you're famous now" teasing, her hug brief, her kids pulling her away. They're the same, blind to me, I thought, my hurt a scar, my piece of fire. I don't need their eyes anymore. I mingled, my "how's the shop, Ted?" met with his "busy, you know," unchanged, but my "sounds solid" was unbothered, my internal monologue a truth. I'm not begging for their gaze. The audience could feel my calm in the yard's buzz, my cider cool, my heart light. I'm present, on my terms. My community anchored me, the audience sensing my roots as I checked my phone. A reader's "your talk changed my life" a spark, my reply, "keep shining," a gift, my talk's a bridge to others like me, unseen, now heard. Priya's call yesterday, her "you're a force" Lynn, over coffee, my "feels like I'm finding me raw" her "you already have the tether." The audience feeling my growth in the way I stood, my sweater soft, my heart full. They're my family now. Flashbacks faded. Mom's "you're quiet" a chain, Elisa's "not enough" a wait. My "I'm enough" a truth, my piece of fire. I'm home, with or without them. Carla's gaze lingered, the audience sensing the rift as she hovered, her "you've changed, Leonard" soft, my "I've found my voice" steady, her "maybe too loud" a sting, my "loud enough to matter" final, my internal monologue a chord. She sees me now, too late. The gossip, Marie's "he's airing our flaws," Ted's "let him write" had faded, my blog's truth stronger, my readers "you're not alone" a chorus, my confidence a spark. I'm not their joke, I'm their mirror. The audience could feel my resolve in the fire's glow, my eyes meeting hers, my heart calm. I'm not fighting, I'm living. The piece was raw, the audience sensing my closure as I stepped to the fire. A kid's "you're the blog guy" a grin, my "just Leonard" warm, my internal monologue a reflection. I'm not invisible, I'm whole. I didn't need their table, their nods, my blog, my talks, my community a legacy, my transformation a truth. I've reclaimed me. The audience could sense my strength in the evening's hush, my cider down, my heart steady. I'm not their shadow, I'm light. I tossed a stick into the fire, my act a quiet but strong sentence, my internal monologue a vow. I burn bright, for me. Closing reflection. I stood by the fire, the flames a rhythm, Ted's laugh distant, my family a world I'd outgrown. Carla's joke had broken me, their neglect had buried me, but I'd risen, not for their eyes, but for mine, a life of voice, connection and truth. My pain was a forge, shaping a man who stood without their gaze, my worth my own, my strength a road I'd walk. I'd faced their blindness and found my sight. A lesson for anyone listening. When they overlook your spark, light your own fire, live for your truth, not their frame. I, Leonard, was whole, my voice a home, my days a code I'd write, my peace a fire that burned quiet but strong, my future a path I'd choose, clear and free.